What up, YouTube? It's your boy, the great one, and Josh. My man Joshua Duran, all the way from New York City, Washington Heights. Me and Josh got a story for about what, 6 years?
Yes.
Yeah, so we got 5-6 years. We got a story before we met at Hillsong Church. We met in a wonderful business opportunity, and today the focus is gonna be on Josh. Josh is gonna share his story, and the reason why I got him on the channel with you that's tuning in. Once again, thank you in advance for all those tuning in, subscribing, commenting. I love the feedback, by the way. Keep on going. But here we got Josh. The focus is on you, Josh.
Okay, no pressure.
Can you let the people know about Josh?
Yeah, I'll just introduce myself. Again, for those that don't know me, Josh, this thing is so crazy, I'm gonna throw this away. I've been knowing, Ed and I will go back 5-6 years ago. We met, again, like he was saying, in a business opportunity where we built a business for a pretty long time, and we built not just a business, we built a friendship and a family. And you know, God works in a mysterious way, and you know, 5-6 years later, right now we're speaking at, what time is it? I think it's like 11 o'clock in the morning on a Friday morning here in Sydney, Australia, at his balcony. And now we're flatmates. This is what we call it back here. I mean, this is what we call it in Australia,
Flatmates?
Yeah, we're flatmates, man.
Oh wow, that's different.
We're flatmates.
This guy's Aussie now.
Yeah, man, I gotta try to change this up a little bit. But yeah, man, we here now. It's just been I've been here for a week now, and it's just been just an awesome adventure to meet incredible people here in Australia in school, and just phenomenal, man, to be honest. And thank you for taking me in. Thank you for allowing me to share my story on the channel, and hopefully if we're able to impact at least one person after this you know, video, that would be awesome. That's what I think, that's what we're called to do. Just go after the one, and you know, just listen in. And before that, I would like to say I am going to be sharing a few personal stuff that I haven't shared before. So, you know, some things that are just going to come out that might not come out the right way, but it's not my intention to hurt anybody's feeling or whatever the case may be. It's just coming from the bottom of my heart. It's, you know, a journey. It's been some ups and downs. It hasn't just been ups. It's just obviously been more down than ups. So I'll be sharing those things throughout this video, and hopefully able to impact somebody's lives, and you know, whatever the case may be. So here we go.
So Josh, you're 27 years old, right, bro?
Yes, I am.
So Josh is a very ambitious individual, and pretty much I would have never thought that me and Josh will be all the way from New York City, from the Bronx, Washington Heights. I feel like they're the same. When you come from New York City, you're just from New York City. He came all the way from New York City to come study in Australia. So there is a big connection between us both, and Josh is going to be very, very, very ecstatic when he talks about why he's here in Australia and what that connection is. And that connection is because we both share a common faith. We both believe in God, we both believe in Jesus, and we both here to pursue our plan and our purpose that God has aligned for us, pave the way for our future. But here we're learning together to pretty much be equipped with all of the things that we're going to learn here at Hillsong College to pretty much see what it is that God has for us. So Josh, you're here in Australia. You've been here for about 2 weeks, and I know this is different. You got past the jet lag. You got past all those things, and now you're using the term flatmates when we go back to roommates. But let the people know that don't know you too much on the internal level and the behind the scenes. What does behind the scenes in Joshua's life look like?
That's a great question. When it comes to my faith, you know, I was born in we can call it a Catholic household where we believe in Jesus, but we don't believe everything else that us as Christians believe. But my family back home, we just we'll go to church services or mass, whatever you want to call it in the Catholic world. We'll go probably once a year when a baptism comes or a first communion comes, and that's what I was raised. I was not very close. I didn't have a relationship with Jesus. All I knew was about Jesus, and it was. I lived my whole life, just working hard. My father owned multiple businesses back home, and my whole life I went to school. I played baseball. I was very passionate about baseball, and working with my dad, he taught me a lot about entrepreneurship and how to own my own business. And I love my dad to death for that same reason. And my mom just did everything she could possibly do with the resources she had. So I love my mom for just sticking around as a single mother and just being patient with me, because I know I wasn't the easiest to manage. I was very hard-headed, I wasn't listening most of the time. But I believe there comes a time in your life where you hit a plateau, or I like to say, or your darkest moments, and you start facing different obstacles and challenges. And at that point, I didn't have a relationship with Jesus, so I turned into what we all turn into, alcohol, where I was just going to the clubs every single Fridays and Saturdays, sleeping around, if I'm honest. And that was my thing. That was my way of numbing my pain, where I was just going after what the world said it was cool. So I was very prideful, and I had a big ego, where I just said, you know what, I'm gonna just do what everybody else is doing because I want to fit in. And that's what I was just doing, until there was a very, very, very dark season of my life, and I believe October 2016 was that defining moment for me, where I just had to switch my perspective, because I came to a point in my life where I was just like, I've tried everything, and there was still emptiness in my heart and my soul. And I'm like, well, I practically did everything. I had the nice cars, I had a nice car, I had everything that society says to go and have. And at that point, I think I've lost it all. And I realized, wow, everything that I wanted, or quote unquote, everything that I thought I needed, was basically not what I really needed. So I think at that point, God has switched my perspective, because I was going to church, and I'm sorry if we're talking about church and God, but that's really our belief, and we're not going to apologize for that, because we know what God has done in and through our life. So if that offends you, I'm so sorry, but we're not going to hold back from that, because this is why we're really here. We're called to do this. So October 2016, like I said, it was just a very, very dark place. I was in a dark place, and I was going to church before that. I attended one of my closest friends. She actually invited me to Hillsong 2013, and me being this prideful guy, where I felt like I didn't belong in a church. I thought church, you had to come in there being perfect. I really avoided coming to church, and when she asked me, I'm like, oh man. But because she was my best friend, she is my best friend, I actually just took the leap of faith, and I just went with it. And I got introduced to Hillsong, 2013, and that was not the day. I gave my life to Jesus, as we like to say. I raised my hand for the salvation call, but I don't think that was the time that I just said, yes, I'm all in, because even after that, after 2013, when I went into Hillsong, I was just still fooling around. I was still doing what I have to do. And if you're watching this, don't feel no type of way if you're going to church and you're still fooling around. But I do believe, and I pray that Jesus does, equip you to become the man or woman that He wants you to be. But I was still fooling around. I kept going back and forth, not going to church here and there, and not serving in church. So that was my life till 2016, where I think I hit a defining moment, like I said before. And I've lost it all, man. I have a 3-year-old back home, and I love him to death. If you're watching, I love you. God is gonna do just miraculous thing in our lives when we get back home. And I know one day you watch this video, and I want you to know that God is calling you for this. God is gonna protect you. He's gonna give you strength when things are going not the right way. And even those people back home, I want you guys to know that even in a bad season, those things don't have to, that season don't have to be wasted. I think we all need to, take that season of a bad season and really dig in the Word of God and let God speak to you. Because 2016, I had enough. I began going to Hillsong, New York City, and I got plugged in. I actually spoke to a few people from Hillsong, New York City, back home, and they took me in as family. They started just letting me know that things are gonna be alright. That God is here, God is still alive, and He's gonna do things that I've never imagined. So that was it, man. Not even to sound cliche, but that was really it for me. It's just been a phenomenal journey.
Yeah, Josh, but it sounds like we have a very similar story.
Yes, we do.
That is weird, right? It is weird that we have a very similar story, but the biggest reason why me and Josh are here, we live together. We literally doing everything we can together right now in this season here in Australia for one reason. Like Josh said, we under authority, which is under the authority of God. So we get to use our authority to share our faith with you guys. Now, if you were present with us, we'll share our faith with you in person. If you're not present with us, we're going to continue to let you know that coming to faith is very important and very essential. Would you agree?
That's how you do it.
So, what I kind of want to ask you, Josh, is, it's so encouraging and exciting to know that my brother's here with me in Australia studying. We don't share the same bloodline. However, we have a bunch of friends and family and even people that we don't know that we want to talk to. We want to speak. We want to preach the gospel to. We want to let people know the severity of how important it is to come into relationship with God. And it's really, honestly, it's exciting, yet it's so heartfelt to know that, I have one of my friends that is literally pursuing the mission of God, and I want the same for a lot of people. So I want you to kind of just answer this question. What is it that you want to tell somebody that's literally super connected to you, attached to you, or someone might even that you haven't built a relationship with, or you want to build a relationship with, but you know that sometimes the answers is not just from a regular connection. It has to be a bigger connection, because now you're pouring so much value into those other people that now you start to really fix their disbeliefs and their misbeliefs, because you start to speak value into those people. So
that's a great question. I think, I would love to tell people this, and I know it from my own journey. I would love to tell you guys that Jesus still loves you, no matter where you're at in your walk, whether you're sleeping around, whether you're using drugs, whether you're drinking alcohol, whatever the case may be, God still loves you, God still sees you, and God still can save you. He did it in my life, and I believe this is just a testimony to just continue, continue to inspire others, to be honest. But that's basically it. Like, God is gonna, I don't care what you're doing right now as you speak, or maybe what you've done in the last 6 hours, because most of you guys want to feel guilty about something you do. We don't believe in, like, that God doesn't see those people that are lost. We believe we're going after lost. Because I was lost, Edwin was lost at one point, and we're still trying to figure it out. We're not lost. We speak about those things that we're very lost, things that we can't talk about in videos. But yeah, we were very lost. We're still trying to figure it out as we go. But I think it's just taking the first step, which is saying yes to Jesus. And I believe as you start opening up your heart to Jesus, He'll start opening up your heart and just saying, I'm here, I've been here, I've just been waiting for you to say those words so I can come in. And He will start just cutting you up. It won't always feel comfortable following Jesus. I think that's the beauty of it. It won't ever feel comfortable. Because if anything is comfortable, that's not what you want, because you want to grow. So I don't think it will ever be comfortable, but it will always be fulfilling. Like, you will always see that fulfillment at the end of it. You don't need, like, people's validation or social media's validation to be able to feel good, because Jesus loves you.